Hello friends, this is Helen with Helenistique. Today we're going to talk about goal planning. I think this is the perfect time of year to talk about goal planning. Let's get started. All right, here on my desk right now, I have my personal EDC and then I have my business / budget / project goal planning binder. So that is the size A5. And then I do have the EDC, which is my personal size. Before anything happens, when it comes to thinking big and looking at the big picture of what you want your life to be like in the new year or towards the end of the new year or end of the first quarter, second quarter, third, fourth, for me, I have to brain dump. I have to get the stuff out of my head and onto paper. So number one, brain dumping everything that's on your mind. All the YouTube videos that I want to make in the new year, things that I want to get done. And then I have some calendar stuff that I need to update in my planner, my project planning, adulting log I need to fill out and update for 2025. New ideal time allocation that I need to do in the new season. And then a vision board, of course, and financial blueprints, which is a financial vision board basically, and setting up my budget, yearly budget and the monthly budget. So these are all things that I need to do. Now on the left here, this is a list of inserts that I need to physically print out. So on my desk here right now, you see my main personal planner. So this is where I plan out on a daily basis for the most part. I mean, I do have my pocket here and you have seen me plan in this one prior, but I did decide to go with the personal for now. I might switch back and forth. That is what I do. So I do have it printed here, my PLC bundle as well, just as I would in the personal. I want to get everything down to science when it comes to hitting the new year, feeling great, being motivated and highly excited for what's to happen in the new year. Once I finish my brain dump, I now am going into the daily routine. I do have these free printable sticky notes in my shop as well as on the freebie link on the YouTube description box. We need a routine because I have seen my life improve so much when I have a routine versus when I don't have a routine and I just kind of go with the ebb and flow. It just really does not flow, if you know what I mean. So for me personally, I like this. I like having an AM routine and a PM routine. Now, does that mean I follow this routine every single day? And if I don't, I'm a failure? Absolutely not. It is something that has helped me to keep in check and say, hey, what else am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, read, journal. After the kids and pick up and activities, I cook dinner. That's what I do. And then next, schedule my ideal time allocation. So that is this worksheet right here. So you guys, I have this up on the shop as well. This really helps me. This is how I used it last season. And of course, total hours is 24 hours. Personal, self-care. And I don't consider self-care to be personal because personal for me is like kids, house chores, home admin to do, anything personal, right? Taking the kids to doctors, myself to a doctor appointment. All those are personal things. Self-care is like for me, self, right? Exactly like I said, self. I'm doing like a facial, that would be considered the self-care, not personal. So you do have the one that has the personal self-care work, project 1 and 2, and then it has these words in there. And then you have the version that does not have anything on there. So it just has the boxes and the lines, but it does not have any writing on it. I decided to put both because some people, maybe you don't work or you consider self-care as personal, and that's totally fine too. Maybe you have more projects. Maybe you only have one project. Maybe you don't have any I don't think you don't have any projects at any given time. You just don't consider it a project, but you always have a project going on in your life, I think. So you guys will have both versions of the ones that filled in and not filled in. For my personal, it is doing the kids, home admin, any paperwork, budgeting, all that kind of stuff. And then house chores. And that will include errands and bank runs, cleaners, grocery runs, all that. And then kids is like picking up, dropping off, spending time with kids or whatever. Intentional kid time, not like we happen to be sitting next to each other watching TV together. That is, to me, is not kids. Okay, that is like self-care. It's like me rest time. Self-care, I would consider, for example, sleep, rest, procrastinate, all that kind of stuff is considered within my self-care, because sometimes you just need a mental break, and that's totally okay with me. Eating to me is self-care, and then everything else, all others, and that's like Bible reading, journaling, reading, learning something. Okay, so let's put development, skincare, and work, MA, Academy, and then I have P-Lab, which is us right here. Projects, I'm gonna wait for my 12-week year to fill this part out, but that's how I know how much time I can allocate towards changing my life type of project. Work is like putting out the fire. Self-care is putting me first. Personal is definite commitments because you have a family, you have a home to take care of. That's why I put the 3 on top for myself, and then project 1 and 2 on the bottom. All right, now let's go to the vision board. Okay, so this is another freebie for our members, and then I do offer it at the shop as well, and that is this one. So the vision board plays a big part in my life. So in the past, and I think I will possibly go with this one still, is my vision board from 2024, and I really love it. This is actually one of the projects that I did during my 12-week year on Q3 of 2024, is putting together like a big plan in my early 40s. Do some crafting, could do things on Canva and paste it on. Then on the other side are just some things to get you started, right? To start thinking and then coming back for more. So the first part is my 2025 goals. What do I deserve? How important are my goals? Note to self, my commitment. What opportunities might I miss if I don't put forth my best effort? And then finally, my why. The reason why I have this in order, this is supposed to work as a worksheet for us. It starts you off thinking in terms of my 2025 goals, just a broad term, things that I just want to jot down, things that I have been thinking throughout the year previously, and thinking forward and into the new year. What are some things that at the end of the year, I want to look back and say, hey, I did that. I've done that. I made myself proud. I am very happy with the progress, because life is all about progress, you guys. There's never an ending, right? And just one step ahead. My 2025 goals, these are things that I would jot down, and as I accomplish each of them throughout the year, I would check back regularly on this page and check them off. What do I deserve? Now, this is something that we typically don't ask ourselves, and this is why it's so important here, is what do I deserve? What does Helen deserve? Do I deserve to worry about money all the time? Do I deserve to worry about doing all the things by myself around this house? Absolutely not. So then what do I deserve? I deserve a healthy life. I deserve abundance. I deserve to not worry about money. Also give back, because I work so hard, receive a lot of blessings along the way, and now it's time for me to give back. How important are my goals? My goals are absolutely important. So let's put it the other way, right? Let's shift our minds a little bit. It's like, how important are my goals? Well, to me, yes, it's very important. But if we were to shift it, it's like my life would be boring without goals. That's what I would probably put in that cloud. Note to self. These are just like anything that you just want to jot down to yourself in the beginning of 2025, so that at the end of the year, 2025, you come back to it and you realize like, oh, that's what I was thinking a year ago. And then my commitment. What do I want to commit to? Like, how big is this for me? All my goals and accomplishing them and working every day, a little bit at a time, those tiny little steps. How big or how small is my commitment? And then what opportunities might I miss if I don't put forth my best effort? In other words, what is my opportunity cost? If I didn't work hard towards achieving the goals and just working every day on the fire stuff and not working on those key action steps, life-changing steps, then what would I miss out on? For me, my answer is always remains the same every year, and that is living an unapologetic life. The cost of not doing hard work throughout the year or progressing towards my goals, I would lose out on being being unapologetic mother, daughter, wife, whatever I am in society. If I couldn't pay bills on time, you guys, I would have to be apologetic to the vendors, the merchants that I cannot pay on time to. If I cannot take my kids on vacation once a year or many little family fun times, then that's an apologetic life that I have to live. My why, it has everything to do with living unapologetically. I want to live the way that I want to live. I don't want to live in a little box where I am boxed in to only do those things within that box. I want to be outside of the box. Okay, so once I've done that, then word of the year. To me, this word of the year is important. So my minimal planner, she has a freebie somewhere in one of her freebie links. And I found this one, ideas for the new year. And to me, my word of the year is today. Raise your hand down in the comments down below if you guys are with me on this. I am one of those people who always say, okay, I'll do that tomorrow. My kids would come to me and they say, oh, mom, I need this and that. And I would go, okay, I'll do that for you tomorrow. I need to do laundry, but then I'm so tired from working and driving around with the kids that by the time I get home, I'm like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Workout. Lately, it has been really hard for me to get right into the routine of working out all the time. So then I would say, okay, you know what? Today's not a good day. I'm not feeling well. Or I would always have an excuse and I would say tomorrow. What I want to do is I want to say today. So that is my word of the year. I want to practice that because this changes so many things. I used to live like this. So I want to keep coming back to this. These are pages I have right after my yearly, all my monthlies. Then I have a sticky tab divider, and then I have my vision board, the word of the year, which is today. So this is an area that I would visit regularly, and I put it right next to my monthly, which I come almost weekly to update. My project scheduler back here. So this is also in the shop, you guys. This is how I plan out my 12-week year, just like this. So here's the month of January. This bundle, it's actually the whole year. Until December, I believe, December of 2025. Here, I just pop in all the important goals, 6 of them at the max. I don't go above 6 because I have done that before and that's a wishful thinking. It really doesn't happen this way. Less is better because you get to really hone in and focus on it. Once I write down like the bite-sized tasks in each of those projects, I call it projects, but they're really goals. Then I attach dates to it. I would look at all the calendars. Then I would put stickers just like this to identify which goal it is. And I would number the goals right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put the stickers and put the numbers of which day I want to work on that. So number 1 is YouTube growth. And so I put 1 on each of those dates that I want to work on YouTube. When I go to do my weekly reset, one of my key action steps in my weekly reset right here would then be these. So on Wednesday and Saturday, I would say work on YouTube. The reason why the calendar is so essential in this planning is that you only have 3 spaces. So you can only work at the maximum in a day, 3 different key action steps. And that I think is ideal. If you go above 3, it's really hard to focus on one. You just kind of touch up on things, but you don't really actually finish what you set out to do on that day. So for me, it's important to keep at the max 3 things per day, sometimes even just 1 if it's that big of a task, because there are other things that you have to do, right? Cooking, eating, sleeping, routines, your kids, maybe your family, work. These are life-changing goals, and so they're outside of work and everyday routines that you want to include into your days. And so that's why I don't like to schedule out too many. I just have enough that I can handle in a week. Every day is a little progress. Every week is a little progress. Every month, and then every 12-week year is a progress. To me, that's how I've been looking at it. And that has gotten me to accomplish so much more than when I set out to do the whole year. And every day I'm trying to run into like this thing of, okay, I'm going to get everything done today or this month. it doesn't work that way for me. So this is the way I work out my planning. And now I will announce that I am going to be doing a 12-week year session together. This is going to be like a trial run, you guys. It'll be $10 to join for all 3 months, 12-week year. Basically, we're becoming accountability partners. And through that, on weekly check-ins, we'll do video calls or video chats on YouTube and or Zoom and or Google Meets. I haven't figured that out yet, but I have all 3 available. What we'll do is we'll check in every week. What are you working on? What am I working on? Like, what are your struggles? Like, oh, it's this. And like, we talk about it. It's like camaraderie, we chat. There is nothing set in stone, but I will guide you through the process. And then once you set foot into it and you have your own experience of it, that's when you start speaking up and saying, hey, this worked for me, that worked for me, that didn't work for me. Here's, my recommendation. Fun little group to hold each other accountable for the things that we set out to commit to. That's about it, you guys. That's what I want to talk about. This is my goal planning process. So after I get off filming, I am going to start working on this, focusing in on today. And then I will do my weekly reset and plan out all the things once I have my new set of 12-week year ready to go. So today I'm going to work heavily on the 12-week year planning, especially for the month of January. So I just do that up front, and then I pick up what I need to pick up in the second month and the third month, and then write it down in my action steps. I've already updated my weekly schedule. I'm going to work on what do I need to do this week. This week is a slow week. It's like the New Year's, right? So our office is closed until Wednesday. My husband's out doing some things for work, but on the daily, I will plan out the rest of what I need to work on. I've already been working a little bit, and then just make a list coming from this brain dump right here that I've written. And then I'll get going with my day. So that's about it, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions about the goal planning process. If you want me to be more in depth with it, I totally can do that with you once I do my goal planning. But I really highly recommend that you join the group once it goes on live. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.